Mayor, Council President, members of the Council, and other people who have taken time to come tonight, we thank you for the opportunity. The city has been very respectful of us with their time. They've been respectful of our opposition. It's very much appreciated. The professionals we've dealt with in town, including the DPW director, some of the most conscientious staff we've dealt with, and my office deals on a lot of large projects in Rhode Island, and obviously being Rhode Islander, we like to see large projects. So what we're going to do tonight is John Nyland is going to run through just about 5 slides to give the folks in the audience a general idea of the proposal to purchase water from the city. And then, as I understand the format, people can ask us questions and we'll try to flesh out the detail further in response to questions if we can. But we want to keep it an overview so that folks have more time to speak. So with that, I'm going to hand over the microphone to John, and we will run through the slide deck for you and give you an idea of the proposal.
Thanks, Mark. And I second that. I wanted to thank the mayor and the council president and the council members for affording us the opportunity to be up here this evening. The presentation we have is really quite simple, just to go over, the construct of the offer that we have made to the city in order to obtain water. One of the things that we were looking at early on with this project was to potentially have water supplied via a pipeline that would connect into the city of Woonsocket's treatment system or supply system. And simultaneous with that event or that evaluation, we were also looking at ways that we could reduce the water demand that the project had. And that effort took a little bit of time, and then recently we were able to come to the conclusion that we believe that we were able to get our water demand down to the point where it may be feasible to have it delivered by truck. So what we're looking at is a water demand that would be able to be serviced on a typical day, from either 2 or 3 truckloads of water per day. And our proposal would be that we would construct a garage or a building, in the city of Woonsocket that would house the 1 or 2 trucks that we would have for that, and they would, fill up those trucks within Woonsocket, and they would travel to the site and fill up the on-site storage tanks. The amount of water that we're looking at really is just a small percentage of the total available capacity that Woonsocket has. The Woonsocket supply system, as I'm sure many of you know, has a capacity of about 7 million gallons per day. And the city is currently undertaking an effort to modernize the water supply treatment system. So when we looked at the system in terms of its overall capacity and what our needs are, essentially what we're looking at is something that's less than 1% of the city's average daily capability. We put together a value package to the city, that in essence totals $18 million. That would make Invenergy the 4th highest taxpayer in the city. The amount of payments are approximately $700,000 per year, and that breaks down into a contribution that could be used by the city at $500,000 a year that would escalate over the 20 years at a 3% escalation rate, and then another $200,000 which would be allocated toward a pilot that would be for the building that would house the trucks. That pilot agreement would also be for 20 years. In addition, there would be a $1 million contribution that would be payable to Woonsocket over 5 years for them to use, for youth or scholarship programs as they desire. And then on top of that, we would be paying whatever the prevailing rate is for the water that we would use. And maybe kind of hard to see the chart here at the back of the room, but essentially you can see the 3 categories that I just broke down. We have the $500,000 payment that totals $13,435,000. Yeah, $13.4 million, and the pilot payments for the building is another $4 million, and then we have the $1 million scholarship contribution, bringing the total to $18.4 million. Really just, I think the key points that we wanted to make tonight is that the offer is that, Woonsocket certainly has enough water capacity to meet the needs that we're looking for. Invenergy will become, one of the largest property taxpayers, and will have, really minimal impact on city services. And, the payments that the project would be making to the city total more than $18 million over the 20 years. And that concludes the presentation.